A very good morning to all the students. So, students, after completing the water part of the component of food, today we are going to start a fresh topic, that is balanced diet. So, I hope all of you know the meaning of balanced diet. If not, then also we are going to understand it today. So, students, let's start. The food that we eat during the whole day is called our diet. So, students, what is diet? Diet is the food that we eat during the whole day. Okay. So, our diet consists of many food items made from the cereals like the wheat and rice, pulses, fruits, vegetables, egg, milk, meat, fish, and so on. So, students, diet will consist of many food items. Okay. So, for example, you can say the cereals or the pulses, vegetable, fruits, egg, milk, meat, fish, etc., and so on. So, all these things are, we can in simple we can say it as a diet. So, the diet that contains proper amount of all the essential nutrient, roughage and water for the proper growth and development of the body is called a balanced diet. So, students, a diet will be balanced if it contains all the essential nutrient like the roughage, carbohydrate, proteins, vitamins, fats, water, etc. in a proper amount, then only it will be a balanced diet, and that kind of diet will help in the proper growth and development of the body. Okay, students, so it's very easy. Then the diet that contains proper amount of all the essential nutrient, roughage and water for the proper and proper growth and development of the body is called a balanced diet. So, the next paragraph you see, the composition of a balanced diet depend on the sex and age of the person, occupation and special needs. So, students, a balanced diet's composition will depend on different things like the sex of a person, that means whether the person is a male or a female, or whether what is the age of the person, or what is the occupation of that person. Like some person they used to do very hard type of work and some used to do not so very hard type of work. So the composition will be different. Okay. And special needs like during pregnancy. So during pregnancy also the composition of a diet will be different. So today we are going to understand all these kind of things with an example. Okay, students. So number one, you see, a growing child needs more protein than a grown-up man to develop the body tissues needed for growth. So students, it is very obvious that a growing child will definitely need more amount of proteins. Okay, because a growing child is in the development process. Okay, it's developing the different body tissues, so definitely a growing child will need a more amount of proteins, okay, than the grown up person. So number two, you see, a pregnant woman need more protein in her diet for building the body of the developing baby. So it is also very obvious that a pregnant woman will need a more amount of protein because she is carrying a baby in her womb and the baby is in the developing process. Okay, so for that she needs a high amount of proteins. So a nursing mother who breastfeed her baby, she also needs more amount of protein like the calcium and vitamin to produce milk for the baby. So along with the pregnant woman, nursing mother also needs a high amount of proteins. Okay, students. Also, nursing woman will require a calcium and vitamin because she needs to breastfeed her baby. Okay, and for breastfeeding, what happens? She needs to produce milk. So for that purpose, she needs more amount of proteins. So I hope it is clear to all of you. Number three, you see, the laborers, athletes and the rickshaw puller needs more carbohydrate to obtain more energy to do hard physical work. So the laborers or the rickshaw pullers and all, they will also need a more amount of carbohydrate because they used to do a very hard work. For doing a very hard physical work, person needs a high amount of carbohydrate in their body because carbohydrate gives us energy. Okay, students? So I hope it is clear to you till here. So balanced diet is complete. Now we are going to start a different topic, that is loss of nutrient during cooking. So we all know that cooking also helps in losing nutrients. So we are going to understand about the same. So eating the right kind of food is not enough. So here it is told that eating the right kind of food is not enough. The food should also be cooked properly so that its nutrients are not lost. So cooking also depends on how the nutrients are captured. Okay, students, that means the food should be cooked properly so that its nutrients are not lost. So number one, you see, if cooking is done in excess of water and the water is thrown away after cooking, many water soluble vitamins and minerals are lost. So students, it is clear that if we do excess cooking in water and then after cooking if we throw that water, what happens? Many water soluble vitamins and minerals are lost, because if we throw the water, all the water soluble vitamins or the minerals will go away with that water. Okay, students? So number two, you see, if cooking is done at a very high temperature, many proteins and vitamins like vitamin C are destroyed. So students, if we cook food in different items, if we cook in a very high temperature, then what happens? The protein or vitamin that are present in the food items will be destroyed. Okay, students? So we should keep in mind that we should not cook anything that in high temperature. Okay. Number three, you see, mostly thick peels are removed from vegetables and fruits. This results in the loss of nutrients. So whenever we eat any kind of fruits, especially in case of fruits, we used to remove the covering of the fruit. We used to peel out. Okay, students? And there are also some vegetables we used to peel them out and then we used to have it, because now that also result in the loss of nutrients. So doing that also causes the loss of certain nutrients. Okay, students? Number four, you see, washing of some peeled and cut vegetables and fruit causes loss of water soluble vitamin. So most of we used to wash or we used to clean the vegetables or fruits in excess amount or in excess time. Okay, in more than 1 to 3 times. So in that case also what happens? There will be a loss of water soluble vitamin. Okay, students? So number 5, you see, repeated washing of dal and rice also causes loss of water soluble vitamins and minerals. So we also used to clean or wash the dal or rice many times, but that also causes the loss of water soluble vitamins and also minerals. So I hope it is clear to you till here. So I want you to complete this now and then send it to me. And if there is any doubt regarding this topic, that is balanced diet, and this one, then you have to just ask a question. I will reply it. Okay, students? So thank you so much. That's all for today.